Hi all, hope everyone are doing good. So am I. And let me check about my little buddy. Are you doing good? What happened now? Hmm? Oh, the news, what does it say? A cyclone is going to approach. IMD has issued an alert. So there will be heavy rain, flooding, destruction. Okay, you have to stay safe, okay? Yeah. Don't go out, don't go anywhere. Stay at home. Yeah. So friends, now we will see what causes rain. Well, we know that as the water bodies heat up, it evaporates, and when it reaches a limit, it cools down and condenses and forms clouds. And when the clouds become too heavy, they come down as rain. That's true. But what are the actually, in terms of meteorology or scientific methods, what it is actually, by the way? We have heard of cyclones, right? Or low pressure. Whenever it rains, the cause is low pressure. Low pressure means atmospheric pressure below 1000 millibars. It starts to rain at that time. Yeah. So low pressure area. So what's the first stage? First will be a cyclonic circulation. Then it would be a low pressure. Then it will be a depression. Then a deep depression. And finally a cyclonic storm. Now, does all the low pressure area intensify into a cyclonic storm? No. It has to get enough favorable conditions for it. When does a cyclone forms, or what are the favorable conditions for a cyclone? Actually, low pressure area also forms due to some factors. Yeah. What causes cyclone? Well, it happens when the warm moist air collides with the dry cold air above the sea, because cyclones occur in the sea, right? Yeah. And the temperature at the surface level of the sea is around 26 or 27 degrees Celsius. These are the favorable conditions. First is over the sea. Yeah, so that means over the sea, when warm moisture collides with dry cold air, and the at the surface level of the sea, say about 60 meter below the sea, the temperature is 26 or 27 degrees Celsius. It becomes a favorable condition for the cyclone to form. As the condition becomes even more favorable, that is, the warm moisture and dry cold air mixes again, the concentration becomes higher, the intensity also increases. That's what happens. And yeah, and this pressure, as the cyclone goes on to form, it draws many clouds from the atmosphere. It creates clouds from it. It draws clouds and causes rain. It leads to heavy downpour. Yeah. And other slight things are like the trough, which we hear. Trough also causes rain. Yeah. It's of a low intensity, not much to worry about. Now, the cyclonic storm is called in different names. In the Americas, it's called as the hurricane. In the West Asia and South Asia, it's known as cyclone. In the East Asia, that is, like in countries such as China, Philippines, and Japan, it's known as typhoon. Or in the areas of the Europe or United Kingdom, it's known as storm, just a storm. The name depends from region to region, but the phenomenon is the same. That's what it is. And now, yeah, and we say, you're right, it's July or August, we say it's monsoon. It's monsoon, so it rains. Well, we need to know what the primary cause of the rain, cause behind it. Yeah. So July and August, during this time in West Asia, that's in the Middle East, the temperature is so high. The western winds now flow in the direction to the east, that is towards India, and it's warm, moist air. And in India, the temperature is normal, almost cool, and it's kind of dry air. So this warm, moist air now mixes with dry, cold air, and when it reaches the sea, yeah, over the sea, the cyclone starts to form, and it leads to atmospheric instability, thereby creating such unstable weather, or inclement weather. Yeah. Now there is, you know, we have heard of cloudburst. Well, cloudburst actually, it says that, according to IMD, or in India we say, if the precipitation is over 100 millimeter per hour or greater than 100 millimeter of rain per hour, then it can be called a cloudburst. Well, this cloudburst is absolutely unpredictable. Why? Because it happens when, where the some part of the cloud is weak, and it bursts down like, a large dam or something. That's how the cloudburst occurs. We cannot detect the weaker part of the cloud. So wherever it's weak, the weaker part forms, it bursts down as, heavy showers and leads to flash flooding, destruction of property, life, and many things. Yeah, that's what it is. So for rain to form, yeah, a atmospheric pressure of less than 1000 millimeter, 1000 millibars of atmospheric pressure, that leads to this rain. Yeah. So this cloudburst is same as, I'll tell you an example. You know about the dam, right? So there are cases where dam bursts. When does a dam burst? It always bursts from the weaker side of the dam. So we don't know, like, all of a sudden it bursts. But from the other side, it does not flow at all. Same thing happens to the cloud. Where the cloud becomes weak, that spot, it bursts down as heavy rain. That's what. And it's very dangerous compared to heavy rains. Cloudburst, it happens within just a second of time, or it leads to mass destruction. Extremely dangerous, and it's found in hilly regions because the hilly regions, it's on the top, and there can be more instability in the system, and the clouds tend to become weak and fall down as heavy downpours, thereby leading to flash flood, as I told earlier. So it creates complications. Okay, that's what it is, dear friends, about the weather, what I wanted to share with you. Okay, so thank you.